Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. So I had to cover this. It's nice to see that a lot of this game is getting a lot more coverage, and I'm really happy about that. So this is Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. This is patch 0.9, and if you played the demo on Steam like I did, and then after I bought the game, go and you're on the fence about whether you want to buy it. The demo has been updated, as with the game. So maybe go back and check it out. It's a lot newer. So we're just going to click continue. I'm not going to do the epilogue because I feel like there's a lot of YouTubers, like some really big ones as well. I saw ESO covered this game, and I know he likes Bethesda games. And if you like Bethesda games, I think you'll like this. It's got a very Skyrim feel, but it's got its own identity, and it's got its own style as well. It's not just a straight copy. So this is the Horns of the South of Avalon. So it's based on sort of King Arthur lore, but it's not the King Arthur that you may have read of in books. It's King Arthur, but different. It's got a kind of gothic, kind of dark. It's quite gritty. It's quite a gritty game. I don't know why I'm holding a spade. We'll just put that away. Yeah, it's quite gritty. And it's quite creepy actually. And I feel like as well that kind of some sort of Dark Souls type aesthetics. The combat is pretty good. It's not Dark Souls though. I know a lot of people like Dark Souls, but there's also a lot of people like myself for which those games are just, they're not for me. It's not that. But what I'm saying is, you can see that the ideas were borrowed from other games that probably the developers really enjoyed playing. It's an RPG. It is single player. I did hear at one point that there was to be co-op, which would be really, really good because Skyrim. I mean, there is the mod, but it's not great. Me and Swift tried it a couple of times, and the results weren't amazing. We kept disconnecting from each other. It had quite a lot of technical difficulties. Not taking away anything from the mod, they're trying their best, but trying to take single player games and make them multiplayer, it's gonna be difficult. But yeah, I heard that this one might have co-op, but apparently there is another game with a similar name made by the same studio, which is like a 4-player co-op thing, but it's more of it's just a different style of game. And so not to be confused with this. This is just single player. So yeah, so this is the Horns of the South. It's first player. One of the things that annoys me about this game, and it annoys me about all of these games, is if you're going to do first person, okay. But when I look down, I would like to see my body. I don't understand why, because I find that quite jarring. Now again, a lot of you are going to be like, I don't care, so long as the gameplay and mechanics are good, and they are. So it's not a big deal. But I don't know, it just annoys me. If you're going to do first person, can I look down and see my body? Like, I don't, maybe it's a difficult thing to do. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a small complaint. Because honestly, this game is so good that you have to kind of nitpick a little bit to find something, you know, negative to say. Otherwise, you know, you start feeling like you're, you know, like you're a cheerleader for the game. And whilst I do love the game, I do. You know, I would always be careful about being a fanboy. You know, that there are the Blizzard fanboys, there are the the Xbox fanboys. It's not a good thing, because you'll defend something to even when, you know, the company's making bad decisions, and you're still defending them. And I think in the end it hurts productivity, and a lot of these companies are finding that out. They're not doing so well. I found a horse. I found a horsey. So you've got horses. I would change his name, but I don't know that you can at the moment. In 1.0 you might be able to. So yeah, so this is 0.9, and then 1.0 I think will be the release, like the full release of the game. Now, bear in mind, if you play the demo and you like the demo and you decide to buy the game, I think the price is going to go up. I don't know if it's gone up yet, but if you do like the game, maybe get it at at the price that it's at. I paid £25, which, for the amount of time I've already had, I've played it for about 45 hours. Let me have a look. I don't want to say something that's not true. All right, 71 hours. I played 71 hours, and already I've had my money's worth. Like, hopefully they might do some DLC, and I can give them some more money, because I'm quite happy to. It's not perfect, but and this is the thing to point out. It's not perfect, but no game ever is. Code is complex and difficult, and it does weird things sometimes, and you put one thing in and you put another thing in, and you're like, they'll be fine, but won't they? Yeah, they'll be fine. Yeah, and then you've got problems. That's not necessarily the technical. That's not the technical explanation for code and bugs, but yeah, just go with it. Now, so there's this guy. He's always asleep. Great watchman. So out here these are fast travel points. It looks like it's a bit windy as well. This is the map, and this is just one zone so far. So you escape prison, or you're helped to escape prison. Now normally the whole of this will be covered, so it has like that fog thing, and you just find things. And so this is the first area, Horns of the South, and you've got all your all your different areas of interest. These things are your quests and your fast travel points, and then you go all the way up here, and then up here somewhere there's a gate, and then that will take you to the next area. So the developers reckon around 70 hours for the full game, but that very much it's a bit like cooking instructions, like on a on a packet of food. It's very much, you know, it's not set in stone. So the 70 hours, you know, it might be quicker for you depending on how you play. Might be slower. For me, it'll be much. It'll probably be nearer to like 100+ hours because I'm very slow, and I have to stick my nose in like every corner of everywhere and just explore because I just enjoy doing that. And you know, these developers, they go hard. You know, that they put, I feel like they put in so much detail into a game, and most gamers just never even really see it. And they go that hard, and they don't really need to. So I want to see it. I want to look at everything. That's just me. But you might be someone who just wants to, you know, rush through it, do everything that you feel like. So, you know, your mileage will vary. But you know, it's going to be a pretty sizable game. It's not going to be as big as, say, Skyrim, I don't think. But big enough, I think. I think big enough. Plenty to do. Plenty of bandits to kill, because, you know we like that. And looting. Looting is good. If you're a loot goblin, it's good. It's good. Similar to Skyrim, you can pick a lot of stuff up. Weapons, clothes, armor. You know, you can rifle through people's long johns and their cupboards, baskets, boxes. You know, you can. There's a lot of rifling to be done. A lot of rifling. So we'll go back in at the moment because they seem to have taken the weather very much from Britain. That's the second time I've done that joke, but, you know. And that's all Laith. She will buy your crap. I mean your goods. She will buy your goods. Definitely not crap. So here's your inventory. This is my character. This is some armor I crafted. Like I said, kind of quite a dark sort of, you know, look to it. So you've got 4 loadouts. So I've got a sword and magic. So you can do like a spell sword type of build, which I really like. I like the idea of a spell blade, because the sticks, which you find in a lot of MMOs, I really don't like the staffs, just oversized Harry Potter ones, in my opinion. And you know, before put down the pitchforks, and the torches. All I'm saying is they're not for me. If you like them, fantastic. It would be weird if we were all the same and we all liked the same thing. You like what you like. They're not for me. So being able to be a spell sword, I really like it. And then you've got daggers, so you can just creep about. You can do backstabs and criticals. What do you want? What's the matter? Weird guy. He never talks or anything. He just, I don't know. And most, so they're known as keepers. And they protect the Excalibur, you know, King Arthur's sword, the lady in the lake and all of that. So they protect that sword, but they also protect the area. I feel like they're kind of similar to, you remember the Black Watch in Game of Thrones, where basically, your family doesn't want you, or you're disgraced, or you're a criminal. You come here, and you dedicate your life to, you know, to this place. You can never go. You can never go home. You can never go back. Yeah, you just have to. This is your life. So very much like the Black Watch, I feel. So yeah, so there's daggers. Then you've got the good old bow. The bow is very, very good. Stealth archer, you know, it feels pretty good. And then for number 4, I've got a shield, and a spear. You can bash with the shield, and you stab. There's parrying and all of that. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really understand parrying stuff. I try, but I don't have the patience. Like, just die and like go away and leave me alone. So yeah, so you've got all your different loadouts. So there's gonna be like lots of builds and things that you can try. As I have it, you can set it up how you want it to save, but how it I think it's default, I'm guessing. You can have it save every 5 minutes, and the thing I like about that is it's not so punishing on you if you want to try something and it doesn't work out. There's a guy down the road, I'll show you, and he's, you know, he's pretty tough. Well, he's tough for me. I'm just, yeah. And if you die, you don't lose that much progress. You only go back a little bit because it's saving them that every 5 minutes. I just really like that. The thing I very much dislike is, particularly if you have to manually save, like you do in Skyrim, because the save system can get corrupted. So you generally turn off the auto save, and you have to save manually, but you have to remember to save. And I've often found it in Skyrim where I've tried something, utterly failed, died, and then realised that I hadn't saved for quite a while. So I've gone all the way back, and I find that very frustrating. So yeah, but you don't have to have it like that. And there are, I will show you. So I've got it on easy. I just want to run around, have a good time. Like, I'm not too bothered. For, just being transparent. I'm not an amazing gamer, but I enjoy games. But I may not be that good at them. But there's story. If you just like story, so there's easy, which I'm on. You've got normal. You've got hard. And you've got survival. I thought that there was another one after survival, but maybe I'm tripping. But in these ones, saving is restricted to when you rest in a bed or at a fire. So yeah. But saving restricted to resting at beds and fireplaces, I thought that was the thing anyway, because even on easy, it does that. But I think I heard one of those, because I was watching ESO give the game a go. And I think on one of them he said that it's basically, if you die, that's it. Like, you have to start again. So I think there may be those modes, but don't quote me, because it doesn't really give you a lot of information. So yeah, that's all of that. I think you will like the combat. I think the combat's, it's not too bad. It's not too difficult, but it's not too easy either. It's not Skyrim's combat. Like, it's much better than Sky. I mean, I didn't have a problem with Skyrim. Skyrim's combat, but I know a lot of people, they want to, they want to parry, and they want to, I don't know, like, I think there's a parrying system, and timing and blocking and stuff. There's all that good stuff. So, I think people will enjoy it. I just don't know that I'm the best person to show you that. Maybe check out some other, fantastic YouTubers who will show you the combat more, better and that sort of thing. So let's put our weapons away. I feel like walking around with your weapons out is kind of, problematic. Oh yeah. And so it has a similar resting system to Skyrim, so it's really nice. And I think from 0.7, I think the lighting overhaul is much better. I think it looks really nice. Yeah. And at night it gets dark. Like, it's actually like pretty dark. I really like it, and it has that freedom that Skyrim has. You can go anywhere, you can tackle things how you want to. Sometimes there are different routes as to how to get something done. So this guy over here, when you kill bandits, he will pay you. It's not a lot, it's only like 10 gold. I don't know how much it is for the bandit leaders. There's bandit leaders as well. So there's a board here. So I've only got 2 to go. Silent Cilia I need to take down. She has some nice armor on her, actually. And the head of Senon the Giant. So I only have those 2 left to kill, but there were quite a few more on here. A lot of the keepers have like little quests for you that you can do. And there's the merchants. They've overhauled the castle, so the castle looked a lot different in 0.7, and I think here in 0.9 it looks much better. It looks a lot more spaced out. It looks, it's nice. This is your blacksmith, and so if we come over here, so this is your handcrafting. So you can make arrows, you can make armor. So how you get the armor is you'll find books out in the world, or you can buy them from the blacksmith. And he has some like little quests to make some armors that are pretty okay. This one here, you'll like this one when you get this quest. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's quite funny. Ish. So yeah, there's different armors and upgrades. So basically, you can take a weapon or a piece of armor, and you can upgrade it to +1, +2, +3. I don't know if there is a restriction on how high it will go. In 0.7, there was a chance that it could break. Not break, you don't lose the item, but there was a chance that it would fail. So you'd lose your materials and you would lose your gold. And that was it. But it didn't break your outfit. It didn't break your outfit. So yeah. Also, I have these materials. So there in the game there is crafting. There is alchemy, so you can make like health potions, mana potions, other types of potions. And there is cooking as well, so you can cook foods that give you buffs. But with cooking and with alchemy, I think they use the ingredients from your storage, but I don't think crafting weapons and armor it does, because I'm pretty sure I've got all of this material. I just don't have it on me. So that's very weird. That's something I would like to see the developers do, to have it just across the board, that it can use items from your storage. It just makes it a lot easier. Otherwise I've got to go to the storage, get out the materials, forget on the way what I wanted when I get there, then come back, and it's just a whole lot of unnecessary, nonsense. So you can attach relics to your weapons. So where's my bow? So you see here, my bow has a feral charm on it, which increases physical damage by 3%. So that's quite nice. And there's lots of these things to find out in the world. There's gonna be more with the full game. I don't know if it's really expensive though. I'm hoping as well that there's going to be a better way to make money, because there's a housing system, and there's a house down in the village. There may be more houses later on in the other areas, and the house in the village is 20,000 gold. Now it's quite difficult in 0.7, just by killing bandits, taking all their clothes, doing the slow walk because I'm burdened. I'm overburdened, and doing the slow walk back to the keep, selling the stuff, not spending anything, going back out, killing more bandits, collecting their clothes, going back, selling them to Orleth. I managed to make nearly 11,000 gold. So I feel like it was possible in 0.7. In 0.9, I think they've buffed or they've changed the pricing, because now I'm finding it quite hard to make money with that same system. Having said that, there's also an armor weight reduction as well, because there is. So you've got light, medium, and heavy, and that will affect like mana regeneration, stamina regeneration, attack speed, and all of that good stuff. So weight in this game can matter. So being able to reduce down your armor is pretty good. I've got a ring, an archer's ring that increases range damage by 15%. I do like using the bow, why get up close and personal when I can just snipe them from afar? But that's just me. I have a ring here, increases encumbrance limit by 25. You all know that I'm a loot goblin, and I'll pick up everything, so I really need that ring. And I have a druid's wish gem, which increases max mana by 15. It's not percentage though. None of these are percent base. Well, that one is. So that one's 15%. But these are just a straight 15, which I find some of that like a little inconsistent. Like some things have a percentage, some things don't. Some things seem useful, some things kind of don't. But yeah. So being able to reduce the weight of your armor is maybe useful. Depending on what it is you want to do. I feel like there's a lot of freedom to the game. Here's your status, your attributes, and your skill trees. You've got strength, and so it's one of those systems whereby the more you do something, the more you level it up. So running, and using bows, using one-handed swords, two-handed swords. The more you do it, the more you'll level it up. So you've got your strength, one-handed, two-handed, blocking, athletics. You've got endurance. light, medium, heavy armor, dexterity, you know, archery, evasion, spirituality, which is your magic, basically, spirituality, and then practicality. Now this is a 1, so practicality, it says here alchemy, cooking, and handcrafting, but if we go to attributes here and we go to practicality, so here it says crafting bonus, weak spot damage, stamina and mana cost, and price of sold goods. So I've got it on 2 now, so plus 10%. So I feel like if you manage to level this up, then you'll get better prices, and therefore you'll be able to make gold better. But having said that, you're going to have to level that out with things like, you know, dexterity, you know, health, and strength, because even the low enemy tiers, I found they hit fairly hard, which is where really you're supposed to learn how to, like, you know, do, you know, blocking, parrying, and all that. But I can't be bothered. But that's a me problem and not a you problem. But yeah, so I'm wondering if that's how you'll be able to make better amounts of money. So I'm guessing that down the road you're going to be able to make, you know, plenty of money. Otherwise, why would you have a house that's fairly unattainable? Because I think 20,000 gold is a lot. Here's all your quests and that. All the you know, all the different quests and that. And since 0.7, there are a lot more quests here. There's all the old ones I did, but there's a lot of new ones as well that weren't in 0.7. So if you're a returning player, you know, there's new stuff for you to do. One caveat to this, and this is something to be aware of: if you played the demo, or you're going to play the updated demo, because they updated it with the game, and you like it and you buy the game, please be aware that they will they're wiping saves for 1.0. So if that's something that bothers you, then you might want to hold off and just wait until the game comes out. Maybe get the game at the lower price, and then just maybe wait for it to fully release, if that's something you have a problem with. It doesn't particularly bother me, because it allows me to learn about the game, to learn where things are, and kind of how to anticipate things. So it doesn't really bother me. But if it bothers you, that's something to bear in mind, that there will be wipes. They had said that they weren't going to, but I think they just found that wasn't tenable, and so yeah, that they're going to have to do wipes for one. So yeah, your journal just tells you about all the different, like, you know, animals that you will meet. There aren't pictures yet, but I'm guessing there will be, like, little pictures and stuff. Unless this is a bug, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, characters not yet. Crafting. Okay, so that's cool. And you're cooking. And handcrafting. And remember that this is an indie developer. I'm on their Discord, and I asked the developers, like, how many people are working on this game, and they said now about 50 people. So, you know, I think it's pretty impressive, considering, you know, some game studios several times their size are putting out games not as compelling. So yeah. Yeah, I think I really do think it's worth you. Oh, so that little jolt is where it saves. I don't particularly like that. I'm hoping that the developers can find a way to stop it from jolting every time it saves. Maybe that's why. Maybe I should change it to when you're at a fireplace. There's Excalibur. There's a legendary sword. I can't take it because I'm not strong enough. So yeah. And I'm not King Arthur. So. But yeah, it's a very nice looking world, and I really do think that they've done a good job. I very much enjoy the game. Yeah, it's not perfect. I've had freezing issues, and I've particularly had freezing issues when I've been using my stash. So I'd be coming in here and putting things away, and I noticed fairly consistently that it would freeze. So these are all your loadouts, your shields, ranged arrows. It's nicely laid out as well. I like the layout. I think it's really nice. You've got mining as well. You've got a shovel, so you can find treasure and dig it up. You've got the axe. I did try the axe on a tree, and you can't chop down trees. At least not as of 0.9. Whether you can in the full game, I don't know. But what you can do is chop wood. Then these are your one-handed weapons. Then these are your magic orbs, I guess. Burning Ember. That one used to work better. Apparently now you have to lob it. But it used to work a lot like the Hailstone as a projectile. But then this says projectile. Yeah, and this also says projectile as well. So I think on the Discord, people were just kind of just gaslighting me, I think. This projectile doesn't work like this projectile. I'll show you in a minute. You've got flame torrents, where as they start getting close to you, you can just literally, start burning them. You've got life transfusion. You're just literally sucking their health and giving it to yourself. There's just a life one, and then there's a blood transfusion. I've got 2 flame torrents. And you've got this one. I haven't really used this one. So explodes a random nearby corpse, dealing damage and applying bleed to enemies in the area. So, yeah. This one I haven't used. The crippling core, charged by dealing damage to enemies. Instantly stagger the selected enemy for 8 seconds and increase damage dealt to them by 33% until they recover. So that's pretty cool. I've been using Hailstorm a lot just because it just works. And you've got Skeleton Army. So if you like being a necromancer, this could be the way to go. So you can, summon your own little skeletal army. And this one, I think, basically puts them away, I think. Yeah. Haven't used them. These are your armors. Rings and amulets. There's some more stuff down here, so I don't know if they're going to be, or maybe this is just all amulets and that's all rings. I don't know. Armor relics, weapon relics that you can slot into your weapons. All your potions. Other. and cook your food, handcrafting, your books, your readables. So there's books out in the world. There's and also if you're a lover of Skyrim and you know what the lusty Argonian maid is, well, Tainted Grail has their own version. There's beautiful Liliana in the Chamber of Ecstasy, and there is the beautiful Liliana in the Dungeons of Perversion. I'll let you find those for yourself. But I like the little nod to Skyrim. There's quite a few little nods in here, and it's nice. These are all your crafting. So as you can see here, like I've got a lot of the crafting items. See, I've got 21 iron, but it was saying that I didn't have any iron, and I didn't have any sharpening stones. So it looks like I would have to take these out, go and then make the armor or the weapons that I want. And it would be nice if they would be able to fix that, because the food items, pretty much you can use them from the chest. So yeah, I would just like a bit more consistency there. I think just being able to use things from stash rather than having to carry them on you, it's just it's a quality of life thing. So come out here. What else can I show you? I'm not really gonna do like any quests or anything, because I want you to experience the game for yourself. And there is the demo, so you're able to do it without spending anything. And I think the price of this game, for what you're gonna get, I think it's worth it. I really do. There are a lot of games coming out that I would not pay full price for. But this one, yeah. I mean, has it gone up? Let me have a look. Okay. So it has gone up. So it was £25. I don't know what that is in dollars or whatever your currency is. But it's now gone up from 25 to 37.99. I still think at 37.99, I think it's still worth it. I do. If it's your type of game, if you like RPGs, you liked, Skyrim, Bethesda's games, Oblivion, maybe Morrowind. I don't know. I've never really played Morrowind. I tried to play it, but it's getting so old. Yeah. I think the game looks pretty good. Like, it's not perfect, but again, it doesn't have the budgets that some of the much bigger studios have, and I still think it's doing a pretty good job. So I will show you some. I got too close to him the other night when I was playing, and he started attacking me, and I defended myself and killed him. And then they all attacked me and killed me. So I don't know what that was about. So just maybe be careful of not getting too close to him, because he's also drunk. So let's go down here. And it's a really interesting world. And at night, it gets more dangerous. There are like these... I don't know what you would call them. Casper the ghost, but not friendly. Yeah, Casper the ghosts come and I feel like in 0.7 they hit a lot harder, and you could hardly do much damage to them. Now, you can take them down. But yeah, just sort of showing you the world a little bit. Oh, and there's a save. Yeah, I just wish it wouldn't jar like that. And down he goes. You might be thinking, and these are desperate peasants, and you might be thinking, why am I killing, you know, the peasants, which, you know, you shouldn't do. But unfortunately, in the very first time I played the game, I walked up to them, you know, just wanting to talk to them, and they attacked and killed me. So they just are extremely desperate, I guess. And so it's a case of really you or them. So this is what I do. I strip everybody, take what they've got, and then go and sell it, because you do get money from the bandits but the bandits, it's only like 10 gold. You get a little bit of gold off of these guys, but again, it's not a lot. And also, you know, if you want to put, and you want to put items on your armor, on your weapons, you know, relics, to make yourself more powerful. That costs money. The prices I've noticed for slotting things onto weapons isn't as high as it was. So, you know, I think they're trying to balance it out as best they can. And like I said, I'm just hoping that there are going to be much better ways of making money. At the moment, I found it fairly difficult. Well, a little bit difficult. I mean, I'll quite happily rob people's clothing, but it's quite tedious having to go around and, you know, just take people's clothes. It feels a bit weird to do as well, you know. The bow feels really good. So just slightly above their head seems to do pretty well. Doobie-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, boy. But it's I feel like it's much nicer. I think I did do a video when it was 0.7, I think. I'm not actually sure now. I hope I did. So that you can go back and have a look at how things looked then and how they look now. Or if you've got the game, then you notice, you know, you notice the difference. Where are the bandits? There should be a bandit there guarding the road. Where is he? Oh, there's also these things here as well that there wasn't in 0.7. And they heal you, which is quite nice. You know, if a fight's getting a bit challenging. Yeah. Couple of bandits here. And then he's like frozen.
short one.
No, you won't. And then, so you collect these branded skins, and then you can take them back and get paid. So it looks like the bandits will keep repopulating. So you can at least, that is one way to make yourself money, but it is, it is quite slow. It's quite a slow way of doing things, but I suppose over time you will build, you will build your money up, I guess. But then there's always other things to buy as well. So, that looked like a blue sword as well. So yeah, I've seen blue weapons. I haven't seen like any purple or gold weapons yet. So you can freeze them.
Back to your...
So the magic is just... So as you can see, the magic is pretty good. I've pretty much just taken everything from this place. But they will keep popping up. I'd just like to... So there we go. I'm now overburdened. Those two, I'd just like to say, I didn't kill those two. Those two were already dead when I got here. I promise you. They were already dead. So yeah, I think if you... I mean, I'm sounding like a broken record, but I really, really think it's good. I think it's a good game. Also, in 0.7, if for any of you who played it then, there was like a spire thing here with like electricity, could have been electricity, like coming out of it. They've kind of changed all of that, and there's like a whole different thing now. The game really has changed in so many ways, which is why I don't really mind the wipes. They wiped on 0.7 to 0.9, and they will wipe on 0.9 to 1, and then 1 I think is the the final release where it goes, where it goes out to everybody. Well, technically anybody can buy it now, but like it will be the full game. But yeah, it's changed so much that I don't mind. Because coming back into it, I'm finding new things and like new interesting things. So I think it's just the prologue and chapter 1, I think, at the moment. So it's now night time. And what you can do... we'll see if we can do it now. This seems like a good a spot as any. Oh, actually, let me just heal. And then, so if you press Q on your keyboard, you've got all your different weapons, so you can do it that way. You also have a little one over here, the horse. I can summon my horse. Don't know what that is. That looks like a spyglass. And you've got fireplace. So you can put this down, and then this allows you to level up. So I'm going to have... So I'm trying to build a spell sword. So I'm wanting obviously spell power, and I'm also wanting dexterity, definitely endurance, I mean health, and strength. But I do also want money because, yeah, I do, I do. That doesn't seem to be going up though. So I would have thought it would be like, you know, plus 10, then plus 10. Yeah, I don't know. So maybe that's not how you make money. And then skill tree, we're going to endurance. So that's basically maxed out. That's maxed out. That's maxed out. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. So increases your damage by 1% for every 10 points of missing max health. Yeah, like that sounds pretty good. So we'll lock that in. And there's also a potion that the game gives you at the start whereby you can reset your points if you want to. Then after that, I'm guessing it's going to be like gold or something. I would have thought. You put this, so you get these ethereal cobwebs at night from killing things at night, and they drop these cobwebs and they protect you from the weirdness, which is I don't know what it is, some kind of entity, malevolent entity, I don't know. And you can cook here, you can rest, you can level up. Out in the world, you find things, and you can identify them. I don't think I have anything. No, I don't have anything. I tend to just sell them because I found in 0.7 I opened a load of them and they weren't interesting. I didn't feel like they were worth the cobwebs, so I just don't really bother with them. I just tend to sell them. You will get less for selling them unidentified than you will identified. That's just the nature of it. And you can do your alchemy as well. So we'll rest, and because it gets pretty dark. And yeah, that's, you know. And then we just do our slow walk back to the keep. And if you do this enough, like, you will start making money, but it is quite laborious, really. Yeah. And there you go. It's saving. So yeah, so that's the game. I really hope you buy it, or at least check out the demo. You know, if you're on the fence, see if it's something that you might be interested in. I think it's a really good game, but it really depends on what kind of games you like to play. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. And I'm going to carry on playing this. Bye for now.